So, you're excited about your trip, but maybe a little nervous about getting through the flight in English. What do you say? How do you ask for things? Don't worry. In this quick guide, we're going to cover all the essential English you need to fly like a pro. By the end, you'll feel way more confident. Let's get into it.
Here's what we've got on the itinerary today. We're going to follow the timeline of a real flight. First, some key words you'll hear the second you get on board. Then, we'll talk about getting ready for takeoff. After that, how to stay comfortable during the flight. And finally, we'll practice a few conversations. Ready? Let's start with section 1.
Okay, so picture this. You've just stepped onto the plane, and a flight attendant is greeting you. What are the first words you're going to hear? Let's break down 2 really important verbs that you'll hear right away. Our first key verb is stow. It rhymes with go. Stow. All it means is to put something away where it belongs, like your bag. Why don't you try saying it with me? Stow. You'll hear this one a lot. A flight attendant might say, "Please stow your carry-on luggage." And where does it go? You stow it in the overhead bin. That's just the name for the storage compartment right above your seat. Next up is fasten. Now this one's a little tricky. That T in the middle is totally silent, so it's pronounced fasten. It just means to lock or secure something. And on an airplane, there's one thing you always have to fasten. Your seatbelt. That's right. The flight crew will always tell you to fasten your seatbelt. It's a super important safety rule, so you are guaranteed to hear this phrase on every single flight.
So, you've got the keywords down? Awesome. Now let's actually put them into action. We're going to look at some common conversations you might have with the flight crew just before takeoff.
We've all been there. Trying to lift a heavy suitcase into that overhead bin can be tough. Don't be shy. This phrase is the perfect way to ask for help. Starting with, "Could you help me?" is a really polite way to ask for something in English. And this is what you'll probably hear back. "Certainly." It's just a slightly more formal but very friendly way of saying, "Yes, of course." It means they're happy to help you out. You know, not all airplane seatbelts are the same, and sometimes they can be a bit confusing. It is always okay to ask for help. This sentence is great because it clearly and politely explains exactly what you need. Here's another common helpful response. "Of course" is used all the time to mean yes. Just remember, the crew is there to help you, so never ever hesitate to ask if you're not sure about something. Okay, once everyone's settled in, you're going to hear an announcement over the plane's speaker system. Let's go over the most important instructions so you'll know exactly what they're asking you to do. Think of this as the final checklist before takeoff. You'll hear these 4 main commands: stow your luggage, take your seat, fasten your seatbelt, and put your seat in its upright position. That last one just means sitting straight up, not leaning back. And we're airborne. The seatbelt sign is off. Now it's time to settle in for the flight. This next part is all about how you can ask for things to make your journey a little more comfortable. First up, for making your flight comfy, the tray table. This is that little table that folds down from the back of the seat right in front of you. Perfect for your drink, your food, or your laptop. So here's how you'll hear it used in a sentence. A flight attendant might announce that they're about to serve beverages, which is just a more formal word for drinks. That's your cue to go ahead and lower your tray table. Oh no, you forgot your headphones. It happens to the best of us. Most airlines sell headsets so you can enjoy the movies. To find out the price, you can use this super simple universal question. How much is it? And the flight attendant will give you a simple, direct answer, something just like this. They're $5. Wow, you've already learned so much vocabulary and so many useful phrases. Now it's time for a little pop quiz to test your skills. In this last section, I'll give you a common situation you might find yourself in on a flight. You think of what to say. All right, first scenario. You're ready to get some work done on your laptop. But are you allowed to use it at this point in the flight? How could you politely ask the flight attendant if it's okay? Go on, take a second to think about it. Did you get it? A fantastic way to ask is it possible to use my laptop right now? Using "is it possible" sounds really polite because you're acknowledging there might be rules against it. Let's say that one together. Is it possible to use my laptop right now? Okay, next challenge. You're feeling a bit cold and would really like a blanket, but the flight attendants seem busy with other passengers. You don't want to yell, so what's the right way to get their attention? The answer is the call button. You'll usually find it on the panel right above your seat, with a little icon of a person. When you press it, a light turns on, which signals to the crew that you need some help.
They'll come over as soon as they can.
And that's a wrap. From stowing luggage to asking for a headset, you now have the essential English phrases to fly with total confidence. You are ready. So the only real question left is, where will your next trip take you? Thanks for watching and happy travels!